No slip catch is ever easy because, generally, the ball gathers momentum as it flies towards the cordon. So what is required to be a top-class slipper? No doubt sharp concentration plays a big role, but a good technique is equally important. Crucial elements include excellent hand-eye coordination, soft hands, and balanced feet that allow for good lateral movement. Above all, a relaxed but sharp mind is key. Like every other department in cricket, slip fielders need to be specialists. One needs to have a cool and a calm head in order to become a specialist slip fielder. By fielding in the slips, one can also keep a close eye on the proceedings of the game, and thus we've often seen captains standing in the slip cordon. Also, the list of the most prolific test catchers reveals that most of them stood at slip. Here, let's look at the 10 best slip fielders of all time. Number 10. Mahela Jayawardene. The former Sri Lankan skipper was a brilliant slip fielder. Fielding mostly in the first or second slip, Jayawardene has taken the second highest catches, 205, in tests for a non-keeper, and has the highest catches as far as ODIs are concerned, 218. He exhibited immense concentration and skill in the slips. Also, he marshaled his troops pretty well, keeping a close eye on the proceedings, as he was Sri Lanka's captain for quite a few years. For a stat, Mahela Jayawardene has taken the most number of catches in all formats combined, 440, for Jacques Kallis. Arguably the greatest all-rounder in the history of the game, Jacques Kallis is a legendary figure in the sport, scoring the most runs for the Proteas in both Test and ODI cricket. An equally important figure with the ball as well, Kallis was a very safe fielder in the slip cordon and also holds the record for the most number of catches by an outfielder for South Africa in both the ODI and Test format. In fact, with 200 catches in Test cricket, Kallis is only one of 3 players in the game's history, the other being India's Rahul Dravid and Sri Lanka's Mahela Jayawardene, to take 200 or more catches in the 5-day format. In ODIs, Kallis took 131 catches from 323 matches and was a constant presence in the slip cordon and rarely missed a chance that came his way. Number 7. Mohammad Azharuddin. The former Indian captain is one of those cricketers who could field anywhere on the ground and still be effective. His catching technique was brilliant and he was very sharp in the field. Diving catches on either side, low catches or straightforward ones, Azhar never made a fuss about anything in the field. He used to set an example for rest of the fielders. In his 99 Test career, he took 105 catches and 156 catches in 334 one-day internationals, making him one of the best fielders in the world. Number 6. Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor was looked upon as an all-rounder, a masterful opening batsman, a sharp slip fielder and a very good captain. He was one of the best slip fielders of his era. Standing in the slips to Shane Warne is not an easy job. But Taylor positioned himself in the cordon when Warne and Australia were at their peaks, and he took some outstanding catches. He always looked calm and never seemed under pressure, and thus took 157 catches in his 104-match Test career. Bob Simpson. With his no-nonsense approach to the game, Bob Simpson was the prototype tough-as-nails Australian cricketer. An epitome of concentration at the batting crease, he was an important part of the lineup during the 1960s. He extended the virtue of patience to the art of catching as well. It can be argued that there was no better fielder in the cordon during his time. Simpson was a safe catcher off Alan Davidson's sharp swing, as well as Richie Benaud's prodigious spin. From 62 tests, he grabbed 110 catches. Among all fielders with at least 100 catches, his catch per innings ratio of 0.940 is comfortably the best in Test history. Ian Chappell rates him as the greatest slip fielder that he has ever seen. And he has seen plenty of dependable catchers in his lifetime. Number 4. Allan Border. Even though more gifted batsmen and better tactical skippers have emerged before and after him, Allan Border still commands palpable reverence in Australian cricket circles. In addition to being an unrelenting leader, he was also a tenacious batsman capable of pulling his team out of treacherous positions. Perhaps, steadfast slip catching has been a lesser appreciated facet of his enduring legacy. Border played a whopping 156 tests and picked 156 catches. While his catch per innings ratio of 0.563 may appear relatively underwhelming, the left-hander's ability to pull off spectacular catches from thin air often left onlookers in amazement. His sprawling effort from second slip to dismiss New Zealand's John Reid during the 1985 Gabba Test is one of the best ever in the cordon. Fielding across a wide variety of positions, he also pouched 127 catches from 273 odds. Number 3. Ricky Ponting. Statistically the greatest captain of all time, Ricky Ponting has also taken fourth highest and second highest number of catches in tests and ODIs respectively, 196 in tests and 160 in ODIs. With a total of 364 catches across formats, Ponting is easily the most successful fielders to have played for Australia, based on the number of catches. He was an uncompromising player who set high standards in the field. Second slip in tests and backward point in limited overs were his trademark positions. It was very difficult to get past Ponting, especially when he stands in the slips. He is certainly one of the best slip fielders to have played the game. Number 2. Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid is one of the most classical players to have played the game. He exuded class in whatever he did, batting, keeping or fielding. Since he kept wickets in his early days, slip fielding wasn't a very difficult job for him. But still, the way he fielded in the slip cordon was a treat to watch. He had excellent reflexes and great concentration. His exploits in the slips are no mean feat. He has the most number of catches by a non-keeper in Test history, 210. He is one of 5 players, ranked 4th, who have taken more than 300 catches in all forms of cricket. Number 1. Mark Waugh. The best slip fielder of all time has to be the younger of the Waugh twins, Mark. He used to make slip catching look ridiculously simple. Graham Gooch described him as the greatest natural catcher. You would hardly see anything go past the younger Waugh as he was so accurate and focused. His position in the slips never changed for the entire duration of his career. Along with Mark Taylor, Shane Warne and Ricky Ponting, he completed a formidable slip cordon. Waugh took 181 catches in a 128 test match career. However, it was not the number of catches he took, but the number of catches that went down or past him. He hardly dropped any. The only instance of him dropping catches was in his final test series against Pakistan, where he dropped 3 on the bounce. But apart from that, you could never spot him dropping a catch, and thus, is the greatest slip fielder to have played the game. For you, do let us know what you think in the comments section below, but in the meantime don't forget to hit like, share and do subscribe to Sportify.